Hi everyone, I am Dr. Anisha and I welcome you to my channel. In the last video, we discussed about Pinbock tumor and today I am going to discuss a new tumor known as adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. But before starting the discussion, I would like you to kindly subscribe my channel for further videos. So as I told you, the tumor which we are going to start today is your adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. Now, if you see the word very carefully, adenomatoid is your adeno word is there, okay? So, adenomatoid is something related to or similar to the gland, okay? कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा feature जरूर होगा जो कि gland के जैसे behave करेगा, alright? Now, also known as AOT. So, AOT is the term which I'm going to use it in the further discussion. Also, adenoameloblastoma and ameloblastic adenomatoid tumor. Now, adenoameloblastoma से भी आपको समझ में आएगा, adeno is something similar to gland and ameloblastoma is your ameloblasts like cells जो होंगे, उनमें एक benign tumor will be there. Okay, oma is the suffix. Now, the second term is your ameloblastic adenomatoid tumor. Okay. Now, coming to the introduction part, अगर मैं introduction की बात करूं, तो एक simpler language में AOT के बारे में explain अगर किया जाए, तो it is defined as an uncommon, non-invasive, benign tumor of odontogenic origin. So, like CEOT, in which, we discussed that it is also an uncommon kind of odontogenic tumor, benign in origin and also non-invasive kind of tumor. So likewise, AOT is also very rarely found and it is non-invasive. That means जो इसका growth का rate होगा, that is going to be very slow. And obviously, OMA we have already read in one of the terms. So benign origin का होगा and definitely odontogenic tumor है. So, odontogenic origin is there, okay? Now, WHO classification of odontogenic tumor के according, अगर हम इसको define करें, तो AOT is a tumor basically composed of odontogenic epithelium in a variety of histoarchitectural pattern, okay? And it is contained in a mature connective tissue stroma and also slow progressive growth has been recorded, okay, which makes them non-invasive. So this was all about the introduction about adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. Now, one thing most important about AOT is usually we have seen that most of the odontogenic tumor, they occur in association with your impacted, molars or even erupted molars also. But the most important aspect of this tumor, which makes it different from other tumors is the association with your erupted maxillary cuspid. Now, most of the cases, actually 2/3 of the cases of AOT, have been associated with anterior region of maxilla, okay, and mostly they are associated with your maxillary cuspid, which are erupted, okay. Now, as far as the origin of AOT is concerned, there are two schools of thoughts in which the one school of thought says it is a kind of neoplasm, okay, and the other school of thought, proposes that it is a hematomous malformation. Now, I have already discussed what is hematoma. So, one school of thought says that AOT is basically a neoplasm and another school of thought, it, proposes that it is a hematoma or hematomous malformation. Now, what is the reason of, considering this AOT as hematoma? This is because it has a very slow growing pattern and also the recurrence rate of AOT is absolutely very low, okay? Now, talking about the histogenesis, that means what is the specific source or trigger that, leads to formation of AOT? तो अगर हम source की बात करें या फिर एक stimulus की बात करें, जिसके वजह से AOT का formation होता है, तो studies have shown that there is no such trigger or source which have been proved yet and it still remains unknown to everyone. But tooth bearing area of jaws में इनका presence होने के वजह से and also some cytoplasmic resemblance to your dental lamina and components of enamel organ होने के वजह से they have been considered as of odontogenic origin. I'll again repeat, As such, the trigger is unknown still now, but since they are present in the tooth bearing areas of the jaw, and also they have cytoplasmic resemblance to dental lamina and the components of your enamel organ. So that is why in dono aspects ko, dekhte hue, they have been considered as of odontogenic origin. Now, there are few sources which can lead to the formation of AOT, and these sources are your enamel organ. सबसे पहले enamel organ, then your epithelial lining of your dentigerous cyst. Again, dentigerous cyst, plays a very vital role in the formation of some kind of tumors. So that is why the removal of cyst is obviously very much important from the clinical point of view. Now, the third source which we study is your epithelial rests of Malazes, and finally, the remnants of the dental lamina. So, this is basically the histogenesis or pathogenesis by which your AOT is, formed. Coming to the clinical features of AOT, तो सबसे पहले अगर हम age की बात करें, the most important point to be kept in mind is your AOT occurs in patients less than 20 years of age. That means ये एक ऐसा ट्यूमर है that occurs in a younger patient. Okay, so AOT is seen in patients less than 20 years of age. Now the most important point again is, see, there are various points that makes AOT different from other kind of tumors, and this is where you are supposed to retain them and write them in your examination. And also they are a very potent topics from the viva point of view. Okay, so अगर मैं फिर जेंडर की बात करूं तो यूजुअली जो ट्यूमर्स होते हैं उनमें कोई स्पेसिफिक जेंडर प्रेडिलेक्शन नहीं होता है, बट एओटी एक ऐसा ट्यूमर है इन विच females are more commonly affected. Actually, 2/3 of the patients who gets affected by AOT are females. So females जो हैं वो males से they are actually 2/3 times more commonly affected by the AOT. Now अगर हम location की बात करें तो again one more important point to be kept in mind, where AOT is basically seen in maxilla. Okay, very very commonly seen in maxilla than mandible. And maxilla या mandible में भी जो anterior portion होगा jaw का, okay, जो anterior portion होगा उस एरिया में आपका AOT ज्यादा नजर आएगा. ओके, नाउ अगर मैं साइज की बात करूं तो साइज में AOT जो है दैट ranges between 1.5 to 3 centimeter, but in many cases it has been reported that the larger sized AOT they exceed actually 7 centimeter also. So जो लार्ज साइज के AOT हैं वो 7 सेंटीमीटर से ज्यादा बड़े होते हैं, एंड यूजुअली जो इनका रेंज है दैट इज योर 1.5 to 3 सेंटीमीटर. नाउ जो लार्जर लीजन्स होंगे आपके, अब क्लिनिकल प्रेजेंटेशन उनका कैसा होगा, इट्स वेरी ऑब्वियस दैट जो लार्जर लीजन्स होंगे दे आर गोइंग टू कॉज स्वेलिंग, and this swelling is gonna cause facial asymmetry in the patient. Now one more variant is also seen in AOT, okay, like other tumors. So that variant is your extraosseous variant. Obviously extraosseous variant is gonna happen on the soft tissue or gingiva. So now the feature of extraosseous variants are they are painless swelling. Okay, and the size ranges between 1.5 to 2 centimeter, and this also is more commonly seen in maxilla than mandible. Actually 10 times more common in maxilla than mandible. And when I talk about the gender predilection, again females are 14 times commonly affected with extraosseous variants than males. So this was all about the clinical features of adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. Now coming to the radiological features of AOT. Now when I talk about the central variety of AOT, अगर मैं central variety या फिर intraosseous AOT की बात करूं तो radiologically you will see a well demarcated, okay, usually unicentric radiolucency, okay, which is gonna have a smooth corticated border. Okay, नाउ यूजुअली आपको रेडियोलुसेंसी नजर आएगी जो कि यूनिलॉक्यूलर होगी एंड दैट रेडियोलुसेंसी विल हैव अ स्मूथ कॉर्टिकेटेड बॉर्डर. ओके, नाउ मोस्टली द presence is pericoronal, but sometimes what happens is जो आपका रेडियोलुसेंसी है वो apically extend कर सकता है beyond CEJ. Okay, and the next point says rarely what do we see is a multilocular case. Okay, usually it is unilocular radiolucency, but कभी कभी आपको multilocular cases भी नजर आ सकते हैं and that radiolucency is gonna have a scalloped border. Okay, and 65% cases में आपको faint radio opacity वाला foci नजर आएगा within the radiolucency. So there is gonna be a radiolucency and जिसके बीच में आपको radio opaque foci नजर आएगा. Okay, now the next point says divergence of roots and displacement of teeth occurs more frequently than root resorption. Obviously, now majority of the cases में आपका जो AOT का रेडियोलुसेंसी है that is pericoronal and that is why resorption of root से ज्यादा divergence of root जो है वो ज्यादा कॉमन होता है. एंड resorption of root जो है since जो पैथोलॉजी है वो मोर अपाइकली उतनी ज्यादा कॉमनली सीन नहीं होती है. दे आर पेरिकोरोनल इन नेचर and that is why the resorption of root is not that much common. Okay, now the next point says due to their enlarged growth जो larger lesions होंगे, okay, उनमें हम orbital and maxillary sinus encroachment भी देखते हैं. Okay, जो maxillary lesions हैं वो अगर ज्यादा enlarge हो जाते हैं तो they are gonna encroach or they are gonna extend to the maxillary sinus area or also the orbital floor area. Okay, now the last point says जो आपके gingival lesions होंगे, okay, since they are a soft tissue lesion but if the size is more or they are larger in size they are gonna erode the underlying layers of the bone. तो वहां पे भी आपको रेडियोलुसेंसी नजर आएगी. So this was all about the radiological features of the AOT. Now moving on to the histological features of AOT, which is one of the most important topics of the tumor. Now if we study the histology, we study them into two categories. That means the macroscopic level of the study and the microscopic level of the study. So firstly we are going to talk about the macroscopic study. That means macroscopically whenever you see a patient of AOT, like what will be the histology if macroscopically it is examined. तो अगर हम macroscopic examination की अगर हम बात करें and if we get a tumor, AOT tumor, उसका appearance, उसका clinical presentation, उसका histological presentation किस तरीके का होगा. Now we are gonna study that. तो first point says जो आपका central AOT होगा जब आप उसको आप ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, इट इज गोइंग टू बी सॉफ्ट, ओके, रफली स्फेरिकल मास and it has got a distinct fibrous capsule. So let us assume this is an AOT. तो ये जो आपका AOT होगा, okay, that is going to be very soft in consistency, okay, and also ये एक roughly spherical mass होगा जिसके बाहर एक distinct fibrous capsule आपको नजर आएगा. Okay, so till now we have we get to know what is the consistency, what is the shape of this AOT when seen macroscopically. Now जब हम इसका gross sectioning करेंगे, now whenever we section this AOT, तो gross sectioning में now let us see what do we get. Let us suppose हमने इसका gross sectioning किया, तो gross sectioning जब आप करेंगे तो उसके अंदर आपको क्या नजर आएगा macroscopically. Let us see. जब आप इसका ऐसे gross section करेंगे, cross section करेंगे, तो let us see what do we see. So this was your capsule, okay. So okay, this was your capsule which I made it in black and ये अंदर का आपका tissue, okay. So gross sectioning में you will see white to tan, solid to crumbly tissue plus cystic spaces, okay. So इसके अंदर हमको definitely डिफरेंट साइज में सिस्टिक स्पेसेस प्रेजेंट होने वाला है, ओके. एंड ये आपका जो सिस्टिक स्पेसेस के अलावा जो आपका स्पेस होगा, that is going to be white to tan in color, and also iski consistency jo hogi, either this tissue is gonna be solid or crumbly tissue, okay, some rough irregular kind of tissue, okay. And when I talk about these cystic spaces, so multiple different sizes mein cystic spaces present honge, okay, and this cystic spaces will contain yellowish brown tissue, okay. Now the next point says fine, hard, gritty, granular material will be seen, okay. So this this gross sectioning will show fine, hard, gritty, granular material, and one or more calcified masses can also be seen. So these are the features which we see macroscopically. Now it has said that one or more calcified mass will be seen, and now you can correlate that when we studied the radiological features. I told you a point, some radio opaque foci into the radiolucency can also be present. So this is the reason why that radio opaque foci can be present at times, because one or more calcified masses can also be present, okay, into this gross sectioned area, okay. And finally, embedded crown into cyst or solid mass. Now this is something which I need to draw. So according to this point, your crown is going to be, okay, your crown is going to be embedded into the solid mass, okay, solid mass, or into the cyst. So these were the points which we study under the macroscopic examination of AOT. Now let us move on to the microscopic examination of AOT. I shall be explaining you all the histological features on the microscopic level with the help of this diagram. So let us see, what do we see here? As I already told you, AOT has got a variety of or diverse level of histomorphic patterns. It has got different kinds of patterns which are made up of your epithelial cells, okay. So firstly, let us assume this is your AOT, okay, and in this AOT, firstly, we have different kinds of epithelial components which are arranged in different kinds of pattern, okay, embedded in the connective tissue stroma that is mature in nature. So we have a mature connective tissue stroma, okay, represented like this. We have collagen fibers, we have fibroblasts, we have blood vessels, okay, all the components which are present in a mature connective tissue stroma. Now when I talk about the different kinds of cells which are present, firstly you can see squamous cells, or sometimes stellate reticulum like polyhedral cells are also present, okay. Now you can see tall columnar cells which are present, you can see cuboidal cells which are present, and some kind of polyhedral cells are also present in this diagram. So one by one I am going to tell you all the patterns which we see in AOT. Firstly, the first pattern which you can see is this one, that is your convoluted pattern, okay. So this is a kind of pattern in which you can see tall columnar cells which are arranged in the form of spiral manner, okay. So this is the convoluted pattern. The next pattern which we can see is this rosette pattern, okay. They are present in a flower-like manner, and obviously they are made up of tall columnar cells. The third and the most important pattern which we see is the cystic pattern, okay. See, now you can correlate with this thing that why AOT is known as adenomatoid odontogenic tumor, okay. Now adeno, I already told you, it resembles or is similar to the glands. So this is the feature why this tumor is known as adenomatoid odontogenic tumor, because this pattern which has cyst in between the cells is cause due to which this tumor is known as adenomatoid odontogenic tumor. So basically this is the cystic variant or the cystic pattern in which the tall columnar cells are arranged in such a manner that the nucleus is present away from the cyst, okay. And the most important point about this cystic pattern is, it is lined by a eosinophilic ring known as hyaline ring, okay, which surrounds the cystic lumen. Okay, so these are the patterns. Now, one more pattern which we see is your sheets or nests of cell, which are made up of squamous cells or the polyhedral kind of cells. Okay, now the last pattern which we see is your solid pattern. So I'm gonna write all the patterns which we see in AOT. Firstly, we see sheets or nests, okay, we see solid pattern, we see cystic pattern, now rosette pattern is seen and convoluted pattern is seen. Now, when I talk about the intracellular accumulation or the features which are present, so the first thing which we study is the amyloid-like material. Now, your sheets or nests of cells have some kind of accumulation or collection of amyloid-like material which is eosinophilic in nature, and also some kind of foci of calcifications are also present in these kinds of cells. So these two are the intracytoplasmic, features of AOT. Also, the cystic component also contains cystic lining that occasionally resembles to that of your dentigerous cyst, and some AOT also contain varying amount of dysplastic dentine and dentinoid or osteodentine like material in it. Now, when I talk about the treatment and prognosis part, firstly, the treatment is very much conservative in nature, and your conservative surgical excision is the treatment modality which is used in case of AOT. Since AOT is very slow growing, very non-invasive in nature, तो जो आपका conservative surgical excision है, that is the treatment choice. Okay, and when I talk about recurrence, it has been already said that studies have shown that the recurrence rate of AOT is absolutely very low, and so the prognosis is very good in case of AOT. So this was all about AOT, and I hope I have made it clear to you. If you have any doubts, you can get back to me in the comment section. If you like the video, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.